Hello and welcome to my catfish story time. A lot of you said you wanted this story time in the last video. Y'all really wanted it, so I'm gonna give it to you.
X gon' give it to you.
A lot of you wanted the story time, so I'm gonna give you that. Y'all saw part of it, kind of, on my mom's channel, or my family channel. You guys kind of saw part of it, but I'm gonna give you the full story. Like, y'all get the tea, you feel me? Also, I would like to say, in my last video, a lot of you were commenting like, hey, let Lucas speak and everything. And I would like to apologize.
I have to apologize.
It's kind of hard for me to do videos with other people because, like, it's not that I want to be the center of attention. I don't. It's just I don't have patience, and so when I feel like they're taking forever to answer or something, I feel awkward, so I answer. I will do better next time. That's why I don't do a lot of those, because I feel like I intrude. But the next one, I will make sure to let everybody speak, and yeah, so I will do better. Anyway, on to the story. So this actually started back in 2018, which is a crazy thing. This girl, I'm not gonna disclose any names because I told her I wouldn't, and I don't want y'all to hunt her down and like give her any crap for it. It's okay, things happen, people go through things. It's okay. So I won't disclose any names, but she went by a different name, obviously. And she texted me, she's like, hey, what it do? Not like that, but I forgot. So we're just gonna roll with, hey, what it do? And I was like, hey, what's good, shawty? I'm just kidding. She texted me and I was like, I never met this person. And she said she was a fan from our channel. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I thought that was so cool. I thought it was like the coolest thing. I was like, oh, so she knows everything about me already. But obviously there were some things that like people can still learn. And so we started talking, but not like, we were like flirting back and forth, but it never went more because around that same time, it was up here, because around that same time, I started talking to my ex before we started dating. And so I didn't cut her off, but I kind of just faded away from it because like, out of respect, like, so we started talking more as friends because I told her that. And then we just kind of got distant from each other, which is okay. And then after mine and my ex's breakup, so this is gonna sound very immature and probably rushed, which it was, but about like, I don't know if it was days or weeks, but a couple days or weeks after my ex and I broke up, I was in...
Have you ever had a dream that...
I was in the car, and I had just gotten home from picking up the kids, and all of a sudden in my mind it was like, that person... Hi, Mom! Hi! Where were we? I forgot. I had to help my mom real quick. So I was in the car after the breakup and I was chilling and I was like, dang, like, I'm sad. Like, I really liked this girl, or I loved this girl. I thought I did. But I don't know what love is. I haven't had that yet. But I thought I did. And so all of a sudden in my brain, it was like, unblock that girl, the catfish, the one that I used to talk to, and unblocked her and I explained, I was like, hey, my ex and I broke up, like, da-da-da-da-da-da, things happen. I was like, you wanna, so I wanted to just make amends because I felt bad for just, leaving, So I unblocked her and I apologized, and surprisingly, she answered that same night. Like, I wasn't expecting it. I think it was before football practice. So I came back and I was like, that's crazy. And so we started talking back and forth. And then it's like we went right after where we left off. Like, it was like a continuation. Like, it was like a giant pause. And then we clicked start. And it was just right back to where we were. It was kind of nice because we had that chemistry and that like connection and understanding. And so it was nice, it really was. And I was like, okay, I get used to this. And so it was a good connection, and it was like something I needed. After like a breakup, I needed a good friend. And so we started flirting, obviously, and next thing you know, she was like, so what are we? And I was like, what do you mean? And so we started dating and everything online, and unless you have met this person or at least have FaceTimed at least twice or three times, even more, unless you've FaceTimed or you've met this person in real life, do not date online. It could be anybody. And I was naive, and people were telling me that even before we started dating. They're like, this is suspicious. And I was like, you guys are crazy. You guys don't understand. But no, they were all right. They were right. And so we started dating, and she had really good reasons as to why she couldn't like show her face. And I was like, all right, I believed it because I trusted her. I'm very trusting, and it can be troublesome sometimes. And so I was very trusting, and I believed her. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And if I pressured her about it or asked her like, hey, you want to FaceTime? If I did it too much, she would get upset, and I don't like to upset people. So I didn't. So I didn't ask very much. And she would take a while to send pictures, but it was because she said she was insecure. And so I was like, okay, that makes sense. I won't rush it. And everything just made sense. And we called every night. Her voice, and the weird thing was her voice sounded like it matched. Like if you took her voice and put it on the face of the person that she took the photos from, you could like see her voice as that person. So I did, and I was like, that's how I imagined she would sound, or it was close, so that's what I pictured. And the thing was, she had the same pictures and the same everything since 2018, so I didn't think it was a different person or anything. And people kept warning me. They're like, hey, you gotta be careful, this could be catfish and everything. And I hated when people say that. I was like, no, it's not. Like, why would someone do that? I don't get why. And we had plans on meeting and everything, and it was good while it lasted. And I really did like this person. That was never a lie, none of that was. I did genuinely like this person. And I was very excited to see them and want to meet them. I had that motivation. It just wasn't the right time. And then out of nowhere, I just started like not being able to FaceTime, not being able to see this person. It eventually kind of made me drift. Cause I don't know if you guys know about like the different love languages, like the 5 love languages. There's different ones. Mine is quality time and like physical touch. So if I don't have those, it's like hard for me to connect or like someone or just, you know, have this good connection with that person. So not having that was very, very hard. I guess that's what made me distant. So I eventually did. I got distant, and after 5 months, I was like, and I was tired of people in my ear like, hey, she's a catfish and everything, and all that pressure. And so I eventually called it off. And I was like, hey, we need to break up. I don't feel ready for a relationship. And it was horrible. It was horrible. I hated it. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. Like hearing, and obviously I couldn't FaceTime her or see her in person. So I did it over the phone. I didn't want to text it. That would have been terrible. So I did it over the phone, and hearing her cry and everything, that sucked. Like that hurt. Because I genuinely did like this person, but I just was like, pictures were delayed. Videos were delayed. Like she never sent a video like talking, and that should have been my number one like red flag. But I didn't pay attention to it because I was naive and I was ignorant. Like people told me, and I just didn't want to accept it. And so that was my biggest fault, was not listening to the people around me. And I was also dating a fan, so they knew everything about me. They knew how I looked. I didn't know a single thing about them, obviously. But back to where I was. So we ended up breaking up after 5 months, and I was like, hey, let's be friends. And then let's get to know each other more. Let's finally meet one day, and then maybe we can continue this. And also, I would like to thank the fan who found this out. I don't know if you watch me or if you still watch at all, but the fan who found like the original person, thank you. I appreciate you. And I know some fans I was kind of snappy to, because they'd be like, hey, she's a catfish, like you need to listen, like I think it's this person, or she's not real, like I talked to her. I hated it, so I'd snap. I'd be like, no, she's not, like can you leave it alone? She's not. I trust her and everything. I'm sorry to those people I didn't listen to, but I'm also thankful for the ones who wouldn't give up, and they were like, no, like we need to figure this out. And especially, I had a best friend, her name is Lauren, and she's awesome. She kept telling me, she's like, hey, that doesn't seem right. And she'd always try to get like more information and be like, hey, like you need to watch out. Like, and she even told me, she was like, some things don't add up. It could be fake. I didn't want to accept it. I didn't listen to even my closest friends, so.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I apologize to those people, but I'm thankful for all of you. After the breakup, a fan texted me and they were like, hey, this is the person you've been dating. And I was like, okay. And so I clicked on it, and it was a whole different page. And it was the exact same pictures, obviously, but it was a different person, different amount of followers, followed different people, different photos that I haven't seen. And it got to me. Like, a lot of things don't get to me, but I saw that and I was like, dang. I was like, wow. It was hard to take in, you know? Like, you like someone and you build this connection just for them to like lie to your face, and it sucked. It really did. I date off of personality. If I can truly feel something, like you make me smile, you make me laugh, you make me happy, that's what I want. Because that's what brings you better times than, looks. Because people are gonna age. People are gonna look different in years. I'm gonna look different in years. I'm only 18, I still got years and years to go. Like, I'm gonna look different. So looks aren't what you should look at. So it should be how that person makes you feel. And how could you not like show me like who you truly are? Because I get it, some people get bullied for how they look, or they don't feel confident in them, and I get that, and I'm sorry to those people. You shouldn't never feel that way, but it doesn't give you an excuse to lie. It doesn't. So you should never lie to someone or do that to someone, because it does hurt. It really did. It hurt a lot, and not a lot of things can get to me, but that did. So that day I waited till she woke up, because she lived in a totally different place. I'm not gonna say where, but so she was sleeping, and when she woke up, I just laid the hammer. I was like, who are you? What's your name? Like all this. And they were like, what? And I was like, who's this person? The person they were taking the pictures from. And they were like, oh, you know what? Speaking of that, see what happened was, and I was like, nah, who are you? Like, I genuinely was upset, and I think that's the most upset my mom had seen me in a while, because I had just gone through a breakup, and then now this. It hurt. It was major. It was bad. But things happen. People warned me, and so I told her, like, hey, find yourself. You need to find yourself. You need to become more secure about yourself. You need to love yourself. And like, don't do this again, because it hurts, and I don't want anyone else to go through it. The person she was taking the photos from actually texted me too. Like, the same person messaged me. I was like, dang, like I wasn't expecting that. And it was a totally different character. I was like, wow. It shows how much you know someone, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, be careful on the internet. Do not date online unless you've planned a safe meetup, or you've video chatted and like everything seems secure. So that's the one and only time I will ever date a fan. And if I do date a fan again, like, I would really need to know this person, because they knew me better than I knew them. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. I don't have patience.